came back into the market in a very big way.
What we know now is Wall Street can bring down Main Street.
People are seeing this, and those memories of fear are coming back.
When you have a 401k or a 403b, those kinds of accounts, they are incredibly susceptible to downturns.
The Dow Jones Industrial Average dropped more than 900 points. More than 900 points.
There are questions about how to best save for retirement.
Part of the problem is confusion.
Time keeps on slipping into the future.
The first rule in investment is don't lose. And the second rule in investment is don't forget the first rule. And that's all the rules there are.
When the market goes up, you go up. When the market goes down, you don't go down. Save Money Radio, your money safe and sound.
Welcome to Safe Money Radio with your host, Brad Pistole. Brad is a retirement and income specialist, primarily serving Springfield, but he's sought after nationally for his expertise in helping people secure their retirements. Mr. Pistole is a licensed life insurance professional in the states of Missouri, Arkansas, and Kansas, and he specializes in working with people who are near retirement and those who have already retired with wealth management, income planning, and asset protection strategies.
Save Money Radio, your money safe and sound.
And now, here to talk with you about securing your retirement, your host, Brad Pistole.
Well, hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today for Safe Money Radio. You might be listening to the program locally in the Springfield and Branson, Missouri area, or you might be listening to us online. You might be in Washington or North Carolina or Michigan or Texas. We've got clients in all those states. We also have clients in Arkansas, Oklahoma, Kansas, Iowa, Tennessee, Florida, Arizona, California, you name it. So wherever it is that you're listening to us from today, we thank you for joining us. And as we begin, I need you to forgive me for just a minute as we congratulate the world champion Kansas City Chiefs for winning Super Bowl 58. Now, whether you are a Chiefs fan or not, there were some very valuable, teachable lessons in Super Bowl 58 that I want to be sharing with you today, and they have a lot to do with your retirement plan, so stay with us. And remember, you can always call us at any time to ask for our free information. Just call us at 866-780-7233. Now, buckle your seatbelts and let's jump right in, because here's the thing. If you're a Kansas City Chiefs fan and you had the opportunity to watch Super Bowl 58, you were probably on pins and needles throughout the entire game. In the first half, the Chiefs only scored 3 points. Let's be honest, they were manhandled by the San Francisco 49ers defense. They only had a total of 157 yards and 7 first downs in the entire first half, and they were pretty fortunate to score the 3 points that they scored. Here's the thing. Things got even worse when they started the second half. Everyone was excited that we got the ball first and surely we're going to start momentum. And then legendary future Hall of Fame quarterback Patrick Mahomes made a terrible decision and threw an interception to begin the second half. Momentum was definitely on the side of the San Francisco 49ers. They led the entire game up to that point, and they dominated the line of scrimmage and the time of possession. But here's the thing about NFL football and many other sports, and I've been saying this on Safe Money Radio for 15 years now. It does not matter how you begin. It's how you finish that counts. You see, I played college golf, and I love the game. And if you're a fan of golf, you know all about the front nine and the back nine. Now, I very rarely play anymore because of life and business. It just keeps me so busy. But the game has not changed since my glory days back in the 90s and the early 2000s. And here's a fact about the game of golf. It's not how you drive. It's how you arrive. You can grip it and rip it all day long, and that just might help you score a 95. You better be able to hit the fairways and the greens in regulation. And most importantly, you better be able to putt. When it comes to what separates professional golfers from amateurs, here's the thing. Most all of them can crush the ball. But the ones who make the money and win the tournaments are the ones who can chip and putt. And how you finish down the stretch on the back nine is what matters most. It doesn't matter who had the best round on the front nine. What matters is who led when the last putt fell into the cup on hole number 18. If you're a basketball fan, you know that the second half is what matters most. If you're a baseball fan, you focus on the ninth inning. And if you're a football fan, the only thing that matters is who has the lead at the end of the fourth quarter, or in some circumstances, in overtime. In Super Bowl 58, the Chiefs took total control of the game in the fourth quarter and sent the game into overtime. And overtime is when they secured their victory. And this brings up a really interesting question that pertains to your retirement plan. When was the last time you thought through your current income plan for your retirement years? Do you know how long your money will last? Have you prepared to be retired for 10 or 20 years? What happens if you end up going into overtime and you live to age 95 or 100? Will your retirement money last? You see, I get calls from people all across the country, and I get calls from people in their 90s every single week. And I have dozens of clients who are currently living out their retirement years with their 90 to 100-year-old parents living with them in their home. Is your retirement plan built to last, even if that ends up being 35 to 40 years? Are you prepared for all of the changes life might bring your way during your golden years? Friends, we are retirement income certified professionals, and we have spent our entire careers making sure our clients will never run out of money in retirement, no matter what challenges they face. Our phone number is 866-780-7233. You can always call for our free information. I'll give you a copy of my best-selling book, Bulletproof, The Safe and Secure Retirement Income Plan. This book is about the second half of the game. It talks about what you need to do to protect yourself from stock market losses and from excessive fees and taxation. And that's why America's IRA expert, Ed Slott, wrote the foreword to this book. And he talks about why you need to be working with a retirement planning expert, someone who focuses on the second half of the game and how to take your distributions from your tax-deferred accounts. Call us anytime at 866-780-SAFE. Just ask for a free financial consultation, and when we get together, I will give you a copy of our life-changing information absolutely free. Our number again is 866-780-7233, and there's someone standing by right now to take your call. This is Brad Pistole, your host of Safe Money Radio. I'll be right back after this informative message.
Do you own an annuity? Do you understand what it does, how it works, and if it's right for your retirement plan? Some annuities have fees that might not be justified by their benefits. Some annuities are exposed to significant market risk. Worse yet, if an annuity was sold without proper planning, it can cause unintended consequences for your retirement. If you own an annuity, it's probably a good idea to find out more about how it works and if it's right for you. It's time to give Brad Pistole a call now at 866-780-SAFE. That's 866-780-7233. Brad will help you review the features and benefits of annuities you currently own without any obligation. Once again, you can call Brad now at 866-780-SAFE. That's 866-780-7233. Is your money sitting on the sidelines in a CD, savings account, or money market account, earning less than it could? If you have your money in a bank, the value of your money is getting destroyed by inflation. Don't let low interest rates get you down. How would you like tax-deferred growth higher than what banks offer? Why let a bank pay you less when you can currently get 3-year and 5-year fixed annuity interest rates of almost 6% tax-deferred? Some fixed annuity contracts even let you access as much as 10% of your account balance surrender penalty-free. Call us now for your short-term money solutions at 866 866-780-SAFE. That's 866-780-7233. Fixed annuities are backed up by the claims-paying ability of the issuing life insurance company and are not FDIC insured. We have software to help you choose from hundreds of highly rated life insurance companies. Call us now at 866-780-SAFE. That's 866-780-7233. Now back to more Safe Money Radio with your host, Brad Pistole.
Welcome back. I'm Brad Pistole, your host of Safe Money Radio. I am a capital preservation and strategic income planning specialist working with clients right here in Springfield and Ozark, Missouri. Friends, in the first part of the show today, I was talking about the world champion Kansas City Chiefs and their victory in Super Bowl 58 against the San Francisco 49ers. Now, in the first half of the game, let's be honest, the Chiefs were stinking it up. San Francisco stopped them repeatedly. They were creating turnovers. They had everyone frustrated. Patrick Mahomes was having meetings on the sidelines. Chris Jones was having meetings on the sidelines. Coaches were having meetings on the sidelines. Consider these facts. The Chiefs only scored 3 points in the first half, and it ended 10-3. They only had 7 first downs and a total of 157 yards. And to start the third quarter, things got even worse. In the first possession, Patrick Mahomes threw an interception. But just like I've been saying on this show for 15 years now, it's not how you start, it's how you finish that counts. And you need to be focused on the second half of the game. In the first half of the game, the Chiefs only scored 3 points. But in the second half and overtime, they scored 22 points. In the first half of the game, they had a total of 157 yards. But in the second half, they had 298 yards. In the first half, they only had 7 total first downs. In the second half, they had 17 first downs and forced overtime. And then, at the end of the first quarter of overtime, they scored a touchdown to win their second straight Super Bowl championship. Now, friends, you might be thinking, what in the world does this have to do with my retirement? And I can assure you, it has a lot to do with your retirement. I want to read something to you from America's IRA expert Ed Slott from his new book, The Retirement Savings Time Bomb. In his introduction, he starts off with a section that he has titled, Playing the Back Nine. And this is what he says. Listen closely. Taxes will be the single biggest factor that separates people from their retirement dreams. And then he goes on to say this. In the not-so-distant past, the issue of protecting retirement savings rather than investing for retirement might have been considered putting the cart before the horse, but not any longer. Today, Americans have invested trillions of dollars into retirement plans, turning them into the biggest, most valuable assets they own, often worth more than even their homes. As a result, savings protection has become the name of the game in retirement. Most, if not all, retirement planning strategists, however, focus on why you should save for retirement and how to grow your money through a variety of investment vehicles. That's valuable information, but it's not enough. Just look at it this way. What good is making a 50% return on an investment if at the time of withdrawal, your taxes step in to claim 70, 80, or maybe even 90% of your withdrawal? Even though income and estate tax rates have come down substantially, the great unknown is what future taxes will be and what new plan money hungry Congress may devise to separate you from your retirement dreams. If history is any lesson, tax rates on retirement savings will likely increase substantially just when you need the money the most, which is upon withdrawal in your retirement years. In addition, given the financial mess our country is in, taxes will have to increase. Just look at the bulging deficits, including trillions we added by providing relief during the COVID-19 pandemic. This bill will soon come due, hitting hardest those who have saved the most, so you need to be prepared for future tax increases when it comes time to reach in and take out your retirement funds. At this point, any politician who tells you they can cut your taxes is really just saying, I'm bad at math. Remember that much of the money in Americans' retirement funds is tax deferred, meaning it has not yet been taxed, so it is a sitting duck for future tax hikes. Think of it like coming down the stretch of the U.S. Open Golf Championship. The front nine is where you position your lead by building your assets. Holding on to your lead, protecting your assets from excessive taxation, is the back nine, where ultimately you will win or lose. Friends, when was the last time you evaluated your current retirement income plan? Have you ever taken the time to sit down with a financial professional to map out your goals and projected spending needs for retirement? Or are you just randomly contributing to your 401k or your brokerage accounts, hoping there will be enough money to live on the rest of your life once you retire? I follow the research of the nation's greatest retirement professionals, people like Dr. Wade Pfau and Dr. Michael Finke from the American College of Financial Services. Dr. Pfau is the founder of RetirementResearcher.com, and he is the author of 3 best-selling books on retirement income planning and tax planning. Books like The Retirement Planning Guidebook, Navigating the Important Decisions for Retirement Success. Is your current financial advisor trained regarding the second half of the game? Have they ever even talked to you about how to protect your money and how to take distributions from your tax-deferred accounts in the most tax-efficient way? Or do they just hang their hat on the rate of return they hope to get you each year? Don't ever forget what America's IRA expert says. It's not what you make, it's what you keep after taxes that counts. We are retirement income certified professionals, and we have spent our entire careers making sure our clients will never run out of money in retirement, no matter what challenges they face. Our phone number is 866-780-7233. You can always call in and ask for our free information. I'll give you a copy of my best-selling book, Bulletproof, The Safe and Secure Retirement Income Plan, absolutely free. This book is about the second half of the game. It talks about what you need to be doing to protect yourself from market losses and from excessive fees and taxation. And that's why America's IRA expert, Ed Slott, wrote the foreword to this book. And he talks about why you need to be working with a retirement specialist, someone who focuses on the second half of the game and who knows how to help you take your distributions from tax-deferred accounts. Call us anytime at 866-780-7233. Just ask for a free financial consultation, and when we get together, I will give you a copy of our life-changing information absolutely free. Our number again is 866-780-7233, and there's someone standing by right now to take your call. Well, I must take a short break. This is Brad Pistole, and you're listening to Safe Money Radio. Let's pause for some exciting announcements.
Is there anything in the world you really desire?
I have a plan. What sort of plan? A plan that cannot possibly fail.
You're listening to Safe Money Radio. Business owners, some of you have worked 20 and even 30 years to build your business. You're ready to sell this asset and go into retirement. You don't want to risk or lose any of your hard-earned money. Property owners, have you just sold your property and need to turn that money into lifetime income? How about 401k participants? Have you recently changed jobs or reached age 59 and a half and have a retirement account that you don't want to expose to market loss? If you have money you're counting on for retirement, we can ensure that you sleep at night with our income and wealth preservation planning. Don't gamble your life's work away if you are nearing or in retirement. Take some chips off the table and do something to take the stress out of retirement. Call 866-780-SAFE. That's 866-780-7233. You're listening to Safe Money Radio with your host, Brad Pistole.
Welcome back. I'm Brad Pistole, your host of Safe Money Radio. I am a capital preservation and strategic income planning specialist working with clients right here in Springfield and Ozark, Missouri. Friends, on today's show, we've been talking about the Kansas City Chiefs and their Super Bowl victory in Super Bowl 58 when they defeated the San Francisco 49ers 25-22 to secure back-to-back Super Bowl championships. And if you watch the game, you remember how stressful it was. It really felt like the Chiefs were going to lose that game. It wasn't until the very end of the game in the fourth quarter that they really started to take charge. Now, here's some facts about the game. In the first half, the Chiefs only scored 3 points. But in the second half, and in overtime, they scored 22 points. In the first half, they only had a total of 157 yards. But in the second half, they had 298 yards. In the first half, they only had 7 first downs. But in the second half, they had 17 first downs. Friends, I've been saying this for 15 years. It's not how you start, it's how you finish that counts. I bet the San Francisco 49ers wish they could have that second half over again. I want to read something to you that comes from world-renowned economist Tom Hegna from his brand new book, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Now, I went to New York City in January of 2024 and did a full-length interview with Tom about this, and it aired on Fox Business in February. You can watch the full interview just by going to YouTube and typing in Brad Pistole, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Now, here's what I want to share with you. In Chapter 9 of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, Tom Hegna is talking about building wealth, and he said something really powerful. He said, "Let me ask you a question. What would happen to your portfolio if this market went down and stayed down for 30 years? How would your retirement look? My guess is it would not look too good. That's why we put guarantees into the mix. That's where variable annuities with guaranteed benefits or fixed indexed annuities work. You get some of the upside, but you don't have to sweat over the downside. I personally love having equity exposure, but I don't like losing money. So I don't put a lot of my money into the naked stock market. I put guarantees on my money." Now, friends, Tom's show on PBS, Don't Worry, Retire Happy, has been watched by 80 million people in the United States and Canada. At the beginning of every single year, he releases an economic commentary on YouTube about what he believes is going to happen for that year. And if you haven't listened to Tom Hegna's commentary regarding 2024, you need to do it today. I recorded a new podcast with Tom about all of this in February, and you can watch this on YouTube. Just type in Brad Pistole, Tom Hegna, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Here's the deal. Tom Hegna, a world-renowned economist, now owns 13 annuities. That's right, 13 different annuities. Now, here's what I want to ask you. Why would a multi-millionaire own 13 annuities when other people on TV and radio say annuities are terrible, you should never own one? Why do I personally own 7 of them? Because we are financial experts who understand the importance of the back nine of life. We are experts regarding the second half of the game. You see, when you get to the back nine of life, you don't need to be pulling out your driver and taking a rip at it on every hole. You don't need to be chunking 3-pointers from the logo like Caitlin Clark on every possession. You need to be focused on preserving your assets and establishing accounts that will provide guaranteed lifetime income for the rest of your life. Why is that? Well, Tom Hegna says it best. He says the keys to success in retirement is based on the answer to 2 questions. How much guaranteed lifetime income do you have? And have you taken the key retirement risks off the table? What are those key retirement risks when you're on the back nine of life? Well, it's things like stock market fluctuation, inflation, longevity risk, long-term care and health risks, and the sequence of returns risk. What happens if you die in your 70s but your spouse lives into their 90s or maybe even past age 100? Will your current financial plan survive 30 to 40 years of distributions? What happens if one of you becomes unhealthy? What if one of you has a heart attack or a stroke? Or what if you get cancer? What if one or both of you end up needing long-term care? Are you prepared financially and protected against those types of risks? The average married couple spends more than $250,000 on their health care during their retirement years. And what about the kind of expenses you can't plan for? Friends, just this past week, some of my clients called me and asked to come in for a review. During that review, they shared with me what had recently happened to them, and I share this with you with permission. In just 3 weeks' time, they totaled both of their cars. They hit a giant buck on their way to Springfield, and all of their airbags went off. Thankfully, they weren't injured. But just 2 weeks later, one of them fell asleep at the wheel on their way home from working the night shift. This resulted in 2 broken arms and tens of thousands of dollars in medical bills and in rehabilitation expenses. And the car that was totaled was the brand new car they had just purchased to celebrate their retirement. This traumatic accident sped up the date of their retirement and stopped their paycheck. They were so thankful they had set up annuities with guaranteed lifetime income riders many years ago. Those annuities will now provide the income they will need for the rest of their lives, and they will never have to worry about running out of money. Are you prepared for the unknowns that might come your way in retirement? Friends, we are here to help. This is what we specialize in. So call us for a free financial consultation. We will review your current plan and make sure you are prepared for the second half of the game. Our number is 866-780-7233. Give us a call and let's get together. We will give you the peace of mind that millions of people now enjoy all across this great country. Our number again is 866-780-7233, and there's someone standing by right now to take your call. Well, I must take a short break. This is Brad Pistole, and you're listening to Safe Money Radio. Let's pause for some exciting announcements.
Business owners, some of you have worked 20 and even 30 years to build your business. You're ready to sell this asset and go into retirement. You don't want to risk or lose any of your hard-earned money. Property owners, have you just sold your property and need to turn that money into lifetime income? How about 401k participants? Have you recently changed jobs or reached age 59 and a half and have a retirement account that you don't want to expose to market loss? If you have money you're counting on for retirement, we can ensure that you sleep at night with our income and wealth preservation planning. Don't gamble your life's work away if you are nearing or in retirement. Take some chips off the table and do something to take the stress out of retirement. Call 866-780-SAFE. That's 866-780-7233. You're listening to Safe Money Radio with your host, Brad Pistole.
Thank you for tuning in to Safe Money Radio. I am Brad Pistole, a market risk mitigation specialist helping clients with retirement money preservation and income planning. In June of 2023, an incredible article was posted by Cyrus Bamji for Retirement Daily. Now, those of you who have listened to me on the show for very long know that I've been a guest contributor to Retirement Daily for many years, and I've even been interviewed by Robert Powell for articles that I've written for them. But today, I want to share some of this article with you. But before I do, let me tell you about the author. Cyrus Bamji is the Chief Communications Officer with the Alliance for Lifetime Income. Now, this is a nonprofit consumer organization that educates consumers about how to protect their retirement. He is passionate and committed, making sure that no American ever has to face the prospect of running out of money in retirement. Now buckle your seatbelts, because this information is critically important to the success of your retirement income plan. Now, to begin, Cyrus talks about a very important milestone that we will reach in the United States in 2024. They are calling this Peak 65. Now, what does this mean? Well, it means that 4 million Americans will turn 65 in 2024, and this will be the largest number of people to turn 65 in any one year in our nation's history. So to begin the article, Cyrus says, as Peak 65 approaches, many Americans are flying without a net. As the U.S. experiences a historic demographic milestone, millions of Americans are facing retirement without a secure income. Here's what you need to know about the perfect storm of retirement insecurity and what you can do to protect yourself. Now, did you hear what I just said? 4 million Americans will turn 65 in 2024, and it's estimated that a large number of them will do so without protected retirement income. Are you over the age of 65? Or will you be turning 65 in the near future, like 4 million people will in 2024? Will you have guaranteed lifetime pension from your career? Because if you do, congratulations, you'll be in very rare company in today's world. Pensions are a thing of the past, and because of this, it has never been more important than it is right now to secure guaranteed lifetime income. So stay with us today because that's exactly what we're going to be talking about on this episode of Safe Money Radio. If you've been listening to the show or to this podcast for any amount of time, you know that I'm a certified financial fiduciary and I am a retirement income certified professional through the American College of Financial Services. And I have spent my entire financial planning career helping retirees and pre-retirees keep their money safe. Safe Money Radio is the longest-running financial planning show in the Ozarks, and there is a reason I was named one of the Springfield Business Journal's Trusted Advisors of the Year. You see, I do what I say I'm going to do. I help people create guaranteed retirement income plans that pay them guaranteed lifetime income for the rest of their lives, no matter how long they live. And this can only happen when you insure your retirement against stock market losses and other types of accounts that fluctuate up and down like a roller coaster. The accounts that we use protect you from losses and fees. I talk about all of this in my national best-selling book, Bulletproof, The Safe and Secure Retirement Income Plan. If you would like to read a copy of this book, I'll give you a copy absolutely free. Just call us anytime at 866-780-SAFE. That's 866-780-7233. Call and schedule a free financial consultation. When we meet, I'll give you a copy of this book, and I'll give you a copy of my Safe Money Kit that explains exactly how these retirement income plans work. You'll find out why people like America's IRA expert Ed Slott and world-renowned economist Tom Hegna use accounts like this for their own retirement income plans. So just call us at 866-780-7233. And don't forget to subscribe to the Safe Money Radio podcast with Brad Pistole. Then you can listen to our shows and our interviews with world-class economists at any time. Just go to YouTube and type in Brad Pistole. You can find our podcast and all of our retirement planning information there. Our number again is 866-780-7233, and there's someone standing by right now to take your call. Well, I must take a short break. This is Brad Pistole, and you're listening to Safe Money Radio. Let's pause for some exciting announcements.
Are you concerned about long-term care? You're also probably concerned about paying the high cost of long-term care coverage and increasing rates. Some long-term care rates have increased by as much as 40%. Thanks to recent changes made by Congress, you may be able to use non-qualified tax-deferred retirement money to pay for your long-term care tax-free. Some hybrid long-term care annuities or life insurance solutions can even double or triple your funds available for care. If you have non-critical health issues, you should still call us. Some insurance products have simplified underwriting, and a simple telephone interview will determine your qualification. Call us now if you want information on this opportunity to use tax-free money to pay for your long-term care. Our phone number is 866-780-SAFE. That's 866-780-7233. Now back to more Safe Money Radio with your host, Brad Pistol.
Welcome back to Safe Money Radio. I'm Brad Pistol, a certified financial fiduciary and a safe money retirement specialist. Today we're talking about recent research that was shared by Cyrus Bamji in a Retirement Daily article in June of 2023. Now this is part of what he shared with the readers. In 2024, our country will experience a historic demographic milestone called Peak 65. That's when the U.S. will watch more Americans turn the traditional retirement age of 65 than at any other time in history. It's estimated that 4 million people will turn age 65 in the United States in 2024. Most of these retirees will be relying on Social Security to provide more than 50% of their retirement income. And for many people, Social Security will provide 100% of their retirement income. Why? Because most Americans will not have the benefit of protected income from a pension, and that's there to help fill in the gap in lifetime income that's left by Social Security. And if you don't have a pension, then you have to have an annuity. Those are the only 3 types of guaranteed lifetime income. During Peak 65 next year, more than 12,000 Americans will turn age 65 every day. And unfortunately, half of these Peak 65 Americans have $100,000 or less in investable assets, according to newly released 2023 Protected Retirement Income and Planning Studies, known as PRIP, from the Alliance for Lifetime Income. At best, many of them won't be able to maintain the lifestyle that they want in retirement, and many people will face the prospect of outliving their savings. And you know what this means. Many people will be forced to come out of retirement and re-enter the workforce in order to make it and survive financially. According to the author, there are 4 major things that have created the perfect storm for retirement insecurity. Number 1 is the fact that Americans are living longer. Despite the rare dip in life expectancy that happened in 2021, thanks to changes in lifestyle, medical advances, and other factors, life expectancy in the U.S. has been on the rise for decades. And this increased longevity means our money has to live longer also. That's why guaranteed income is so important. Number 2 is ongoing market volatility, coupled with high inflation and fears of a recession. Recent market volatility, like the crash of the stock market in 2022, has significantly reduced the value of people's retirement savings, while undermining their confidence in their ability to retire on time. This is especially true for those who will be turning 65 soon, or for those who turned 65 in 2022 when the market started crashing. According to Fidelity, the average 401k suffered a 20% drop in 2022, and it is estimated that as high as 70% of consumers are worried about the volatile markets, like the stock market, and how they are reducing their potential to achieve the retirement income they will need for the future. Number 3 is rekindled fears about the future of Social Security. Recent data shows that only 1 in 5 Americans, or 20%, are confident in the overall solvency of Social Security, and they fear it may not last the duration of their retirement. This is a truly terrifying fear for those who rely on Social Security for more than 50% of their income. And finally, the 4th storm that is creating income insecurity in retirement is the fact that fewer than 50% of Americans aged 61 to 65 have protected income from a pension or an annuity. So it's not surprising that only 50% of all retirees believe their retirement savings will last the rest of their life. That's because they don't have pensions or guaranteed lifetime income from an annuity to fall back on. They are relying solely on Social Security for their income. Now here's some good news, especially to someone like me who has been educating people all over the country since the financial meltdown of 2008 about the importance of using things like certain types of annuities to guarantee a portion of your future lifetime income. In 2023, it has become blatantly obvious that a much higher number of consumers and financial advisors have changed their approach to retirement planning. The shift has started to move from investing to securing retirement income. 32% of consumers made changes to their investments in 2022 during the market crash, moving to safer investments and greater protection. And according to the author of this article that we've been talking about today in Retirement Daily, an overwhelming 93% of consumers who protected their portfolio with an annuity are happy with their investment choices and have significantly more positive outlooks about their future and their retirement prospects. So now, more than ever before, what used to be a bad word has now become the go-to account for retirees. Many advisors are recommending annuities to people to build protected retirement portfolios, and this has increased from 44% to 51% in 2022. It's no surprise that the demand for protected income from annuities has skyrocketed to an all-time high. Just listen to these numbers. In 2022, consumers purchased a record $312 billion in annuities. That's billion with a B. And why did they do this? Because the right type of annuities, especially those with guaranteed lifetime income benefit riders, are one of the only ways to guarantee the success of your retirement. This is exactly why I personally own 6 annuities in my own portfolio, and it's why I've structured more than 1,000 annuities for clients all across the country. If you've been listening to the show or the podcast Safe Money Radio for any amount of time, you know that I'm a certified financial fiduciary and I am a retirement income certified professional through the American College of Financial Services. And I've spent my entire financial planning career helping retirees and pre-retirees keep their money safe. Safe Money Radio is the longest running financial planning show in the Ozarks, and there is a reason I was named one of the Springfield Business Journal's Trusted Advisors of the Year. I do what I say I'm going to do. I help people create guaranteed retirement income plans that pay them lifetime income for the rest of their lives, no matter how long they live. And this can only happen when you insure your retirement against stock market losses and other types of accounts that fluctuate up and down like a roller coaster. The accounts that we use protect you from losses and fees, and I talk about all of this in my national best-selling book, Bulletproof, The Safe and Secure Retirement Income Plan. If you would like to read a copy of this book, I'll give you a copy absolutely free. Just call us anytime at 866-780-SAFE. That's 866-780-7233. This is Brad Pistole, your host of Safe Money Radio. I'll be right back after this informative message.
Do you think the market is going up or going down? Or is that even the right question to be asking? Here's a better question. When the market goes up, do you get to lock in your gains? What if you never had to worry about the market going up or down? Here's another question. Do you have a plan to never outlive your retirement money? What if the market crashes when you need to start using your money for retirement? Taking withdrawals from your retirement account can have devastating consequences due to sequential rate of return risk. If you don't know what that is, you should call us to find out. Brad's best-selling book, Bulletproof, The Safe and Secure Retirement Income Plan, and his Safe Money Kit can show you how to limit market risk and guarantee a lifetime of income. So pick up the phone and call us now at 866-780-SAFE. That's 866-780-7233. You're listening to Safe Money Radio with your host, Brad Pistole.
Welcome back. I'm Brad Pistole, your host of Safe Money Radio. I am a capital preservation and strategic income planning specialist working with clients right here in Springfield and Ozark, Missouri. On today's show, we've been talking about a landmark event that will take place in 2024. It's being called Peak 65. Now, what is Peak 65? It is estimated that more than 4 million people will turn 65 in 2024, and this will be the largest number of people turning 65 in any one year in our nation's history. As a result, many people are focused on their retirement accounts and whether or not they've saved enough money to last the rest of their lives. With this in mind, in 2023, my good friend Dr. Wade Pfau wrote a second edition to his best-selling book, The Retirement Planning Guidebook, Navigating the Important Decisions for Retirement Success. Dr. Wade Pfau has been a professor at the American College of Financial Services for more than a decade. He has his PhD, his CFA, and he was the head of the RICP program that Hunter and I both graduated from. This stands for the Retirement Income Certified Professional designation. Just listen to what America's IRA expert Ed Slott had to say about Dr. Pfau's book. Dr. Wade Pfau shows us why the concept of retirement is different for everyone. This definitive guidebook shows you how to recognize the strategies that will work best for you and your family. The anxiety that typically comes with making long-term financial choices will be replaced with confidence because virtually every possible retirement planning option is explored without bias. To me, that is critical. You will finally be able to take what you learn and apply it to your personal comfort level, whether that involves taking more risk, looking for more safety, or somewhere in between. This retirement planning masterpiece is the first step towards a successful retirement plan. Now, having read the book, I could not agree with my good friend Ed Slott more. And just listen to what's nestled right in the middle of this powerful book. Chapter 5 is titled Annuities and Risk Pooling. In this chapter, Dr. Pfau talks about the fundamental logic of annuities and how they create guaranteed lifetime income. He talks about various types of annuities and how to fit them into your retirement income plan. He even has an action plan at the end of the chapter that talks about how to select the right kind of annuities for you and your family and how to put them into place. In his action plan, one of his key points is this: work with someone who is familiar with the vast array of available annuities and who understands which will work better for different purposes, ages, and deferral periods. Friends, I couldn't agree more. This is exactly why I went to the expense and took the time to obtain my Certified Annuity Specialist designation through the Institute of Business and Finance many years ago. Less than 1% of all financial professionals who sell annuities have their Certified Annuity Specialist designation. So let me ask you a question. If you had to go in for surgery today, would you want to use the doctor who just passed his exam and had very little experience performing that type of surgery to operate on you? Or if given the choice, would you want the doctor who has performed more than 1,000 of those same surgeries operating on you? That's a no-brainer, right? You want the specialist who performs that surgery every single day to operate on you. If you were about to buy a product that was being sold by someone and you ask them, "Hey, do you own this?" To which they reply, "No, I don't own it, but it's great for you. You should own it." Why would you want to do that? Friends, the secret's out. Annuities are one of the only sources of guaranteed lifetime income that exist in this world. There is Social Security, there are pensions, and there are annuities. These three things are the bedrock of guaranteed income in retirement. And all of a sudden, everyone claims to be the person that you need to use to buy an annuity. Everyone wants to sell you one. But don't ever forget, I've been talking about the need for annuities and guaranteed lifetime income every single week for the past 14 years on Safe Money Radio. I personally own 6 annuities, and I have sold and structured more than 1,000 annuities for people all across the United States for the specific purpose of protecting their money and giving them guaranteed lifetime income. That's exactly why I have clients with their PhDs who reach out to me to help them with their retirement income plan. They want to work with someone who does this every single day. If someone wants you to buy an annuity from them, ask them if they own one. Ask them if they own the one that they're asking you to buy, and make them show it to you. Ask them how long they've been writing annuities, and ask them how many they've written. If they don't own one, if they just started selling them, and if they don't have any specialized education, run the other way. The Certified Annuity Specialist designation is the only financial designation that is focused on understanding annuities inside and out. You only get one chance at your retirement, friends, and you've got to get it right the first time. If you've been listening to the show or the podcast for any amount of time, you know that I'm a certified financial fiduciary. I am a retirement income certified professional through the American College of Financial Services, and I am a certified annuity specialist through the Institute of Business and Finance. There isn't anyone who knows annuities and how to structure guaranteed lifetime income for your family better than I do, and I can prove it. I've spent my entire financial planning career helping retirees and pre-retirees keep their money safe. There is a reason I was named one of the Springfield Business Journal's Trusted Advisors of the Year. I do what I say I'm going to do. I have helped people create guaranteed retirement income plans that pay them guaranteed lifetime income for the rest of their lives, no matter how long they live. And this can only happen when you insure your retirement against stock market losses and other types of accounts that fluctuate up and down like a roller coaster. The annuities that we use and the accounts that we use protect you from losses and fees. I talk about all of this in my national best-selling book, Bulletproof, The Safe and Secure Retirement Income Plan. If you would like to read a copy of this book, I'll give you a copy absolutely free. Just call us anytime at 866-780-SAFE. That's 866-780-7233. Just call in and schedule a free financial consultation. And when we meet, I'll give you a copy of my book and a copy of my Safe Money Kit that explains exactly how retirement income plans like this work. You'll find out why people like America's IRA expert Ed Slott and world-renowned economist Tom Hegna use accounts just like this for their own retirement income plans and for their families. Call us at 866-780-7233. Well, I'm about out of time, and I would like to thank you for listening to Safe Money Radio. If you're serious about your financial future, give me a call, and together we'll get your retirement savings on the fast track to accumulation while reducing exposure to market losses. Thanks for listening, and until next time at the same time, I'm Brad Pistole, reminding you to stay safe so you can step into a secure future.
Safe Money Radio, your money safe and sound.
You've been listening to Safe Money Radio with your host, Brad Pistole. Find out how to contractually guarantee that your hard-earned money is safe while avoiding market loss so you can have the retirement that you deserve. Call Brad Pistole now for your complimentary Safe Money book and Safe Money information kit at 866-780-SAFE. That's 866-780-7233.
Safe Money Radio, your money safe and sound.
The preceding information does not represent tax, legal, or investment advice. Surrender charges apply to base contracts. Optional lifetime income benefit riders are used to calculate lifetime payments only and are not available for cash surrender or in a death benefit unless specified in the annuity contract. Fees may apply. Guarantees are based on the financial strength and claims paying ability of the insurance company. No information presented today should be acted upon without meeting with a qualified and licensed professional. Obviously, by calling us now, you are just taking the first step towards protecting your retirement. It's important that you read all insurance contract disclosures carefully before making a purchase decision. Rates and returns mentioned on this program are subject to change without notice.